Yeah, I think, Eno showed great maturity, throughout the season. And here as of late, his practice habits have really improved. And he's earned an opportunity to get out there and contribute. And I think you saw the week before what he's capable of. And then obviously we decided to give him a little bit bigger role last week, and that paid off. He practices really fast. I think he's got good instincts. He's humble. He's a good teammate, and I think what encouraged me was the reaction of our team and his teammates. So it's always good when you see a young player have success, and he's certainly better days are in front of him for sure.
We haven't seen Traylon as much in the backfield, but how would you just describe him as a running back?
I think Traylon's a tough kid. I think Traylon goes about his business the right way, I would say. He kind of keeps his mouth shut and works really hard. He's a young man who, has done a tremendous job as a scout team running back, and sometimes that can be a difficult job, but he's kind of welcomed that role. But certainly he'll be capable running back in this league, I think, in the future. You can see as a returner, when you get a chance to see him briefly, that he's got a good skill set, and he'll continue to get better as long as he continues to work the way he's worked in the past.
So, like, as a coach, when you have freshmen like who's really talented, but you're trying to make sure that you don't have assignment errors or breakdowns, and like, how do you balance that?
Well, I think it's, he's just acquiring knowledge, and that's one thing about that kid. I think he's an intelligent kid. He's a Barrett Honors kid who's 4.0 in the spring as a mid-year. So I think he's got the maturity and the intelligence to handle that. More than anything, I think Eno hit a little bit of a wall late in training camp and early in the season, but he kind of got his legs back. He started to be a really good practice player, and I think he earned the respect of his teammates and the staff. And he's been ready to contribute the last couple of weeks.
I don't want to take anything away from how hard he's worked or anything, but there seems to be just an innate instinct, feel, ability that you really can't teach with a player like that.
Yeah, running back in particular to me. Linebackers a little bit that way. When you turn on the high school tape, there's a certain amount of instincts relative to that position. If a guy has tremendous production as a young player in high school, he typically carries over. So we all know Eno's very highly regarded coming out. I think he was the 5A Player of the Year in the state of Texas, and he got some smarts and maturity to go with that. So we're certainly proud of what he's done, but I think the best is yet to come.
So when you have 381 yards rushing, no sacks given up, fair to say this is the best game of its line played?
I think the effort and the toughness was probably at its best. There's still tons of technical things that we can improve upon. And we didn't play, our first half was very average. So we have to learn our lesson. Everybody wants to get excited because we win a game late in the fourth and rush for a lot of yards. But we need to look at that game and learn and be objective about what mistakes we made in the first half and the things that we need to improve so that we can play winning football in the future. So it's definitely the best toughness, effort, discipline to execute, intangibles, all the things that we talked about in the very beginning are on that tape, and that's what we're looking for. We want to lead the league in finish. That's kind of one of the things that we wanted to establish, and it's a cumulative effect of a lot of work is what I would say. The technique improves, the effort improves. We learned some things. I think we handled the adversity within that game. We were down 10 points multiple times. The week before we just, short-circuited, whereas we kept our poise, we kept our composure, we stayed focused on the things relative to executing at the moment in time, and that paid off. So that's where we probably made the most ground, is just in terms of how to react when things don't quite go your way. Very similar situation. They go down and score first. We just reacted the right way, stayed the course, played a full 60-minute game, and came out on top.
Kyle Williams with another touchdown catch and screen pass receptions. What's he done to really improve himself this year?
Kyle's a worker. He's probably the best practice player we have on offense. His attention to detail is unmatched. He does extra. He's oftentimes you'll find him, upstairs getting extra time with the coaches, Coach Likens, and I think he does a lot on his own to acquire knowledge. Kyle was a great athlete. We knew that in the winter, but he's become, a somewhat polished receiver. Still got tons of things to improve upon, but guy's just a really good teammate. Stays focused on what's important. He's got really good self-discipline. He keeps a good routine, and that pays off because he prepares well, and that's when he plays well.
Coach, what would you assess the offense at this point in the season and the biggest thing they've overcome and what they still have left to do?
Well, I think we've grown up a little bit just in terms of how to play a full game, within the game, how to respond to adversity, how to overcome some things. I think we're still a tremendous work in progress. I think we have tons of room to improve in a lot of areas, but we've done a good job not turning the football over. We make the other team earn it. For the most part, we play penalty free, and then we found a way to rush the ball, and I think we've eliminated the negatives, in terms of the sacks, the tackle for losses. That gives us a chance, We're still looking for more explosive plays, and we had to kick a couple field goals Saturday, which has not been typical of us. But we know what we need to do to go win. We need to play a brand of ball that complements our defense and our kicking game. And if we can do that and work together in all three units, all three phases, we got a chance to win every week.
UCLA's defense is ranked second to last in rushing yards allowed, and they allowed 506 yards total against Utah. So how is ASU's offense looking to capitalize on that?
Well, it won't be about any game in the past that we've played or they played. It'll be about the team that executes the best on Saturday. And they certainly have a talented roster and a very capable team. And, the type of football team we are, we just need to zero in on our job, our preparation, and our execution. Doesn't matter who we play. We've got to prepare at a really high level and make sure we have urgency to start fast. A lot of mental energy, a lot of positive, upbeat. Be confident in our approach. Go play hard. Go play with great fundamentals. Focus on playing the situation smart. No matter who we play, that's what it'll be about, and that's where our focus is going to be.
Going back to the negative plays, you had just two against Colorado 88 snaps. Your next best games were Washington and Utah in that regard. Just what do you make about just the progress you had since the beginning of the year in that area?
It's a product of a lot of hard work by a lot of people. Football is a team that's unique in that there's tons of people that work together and go into a group effort, and we got a lot of people working their butt off, so, and I think we got a lot of people that understand their role and they work hard to be at the best at their role, whether it be the equipment guy to the GA to the guy that calls the plays, or the quarterback or the center, whoever it may be. Tons of people in this building work to make improvement, and that's what that's a product of.
You talk about being, self-critical and self-scouting and that sort of thing. When Danny was in here yesterday, he was talking about some of the passes that he's had tipped last week, and I think maybe the week before, and how he needs to clean that up. What are you seeing there, and what does he need to do to make sure?
Well, he needs to take the correct drop. It's attention to detail and execution of fundamentals. He knows that probably at least half of those are his fault. And I think some of them may not be his fault, but we're all working together, and every unit that we have has room for improvement and areas where we need to fix things, and that's certainly an area that's been an issue for us that we need to correct, and we're aware of that. And part of that responsibility is his.